Have you ever noticed how the noise doesn't just come from outside? It comes from the thoughts that pile up, from the tasks that never end, from the closets that overflow, from the lists that only grow, from the constant feeling that you always owe something, to the world, to others, to yourself, an invisible noise that vibrates inside your chest, even when everything around you is quiet. Breathe. You don't need to rush right now. You don't need to solve everything today. You don't need to prove anything to anyone in this moment. This video is not about productivity. It's not about doing more. It's about doing less, with more presence. It's about organizing your life in a way that no one notices, but that changes everything on the inside. A way that begins with a gesture and ends in the soul. Organizing in silence is this: not announcing, not expecting applause, simply deciding with calm that you deserve to live in a space, physical and mental, that breathes alongside you, that holds the same serenity you seek when you close your eyes and wish, even for just a second, that the world would stop. Excess screams. The essential whispers. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you already knows it needs to change. Maybe it's not something big. Maybe it's just a drawer, a morning, a repetitive thought that needs space to leave. An old desire to feel that your home and your mind are finally speaking the same language. So stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 10 simple habits that cost no money, require no revolution. They only require presence. They are silent micro-movements that, over time, reorganize not just your home, but your mind, your time, and your peace. And here is the secret no one tells you. Organizing what is outside of you is the first step to organizing what is inside. Habit Era 1, the 1-minute rule. Do now what takes less than 60 seconds. Disorder never starts with chaos. It starts with postponement. A piece of clothing left on the chair, a dish left in the sink, an email left unanswered. They are small things, almost imperceptible. But the small, when it accumulates, becomes weight, and weight, when it settles in, becomes paralysis. Procrastination is not laziness. It's the body saying there are too many things demanding attention at the same time. The mind works like a room. Each postponed task is an object out of place, and when there are too many objects, you can't think, not because you're incapable, but because there's no space. Clarity is born from completion, and the most powerful completion is the one that takes only an instant. From now on, whenever a task takes less than 60 seconds, do it immediately. Put away your coat, hang it up now. Finished eating, wash the plate now. Received a simple message, reply now. Took something out of its place, put it back before you sit down. It's not about being productive, it's about not leaving residue. Each completed micro-action is a thread of lightness returned to your day. It's like cleaning the dust from the mind, one grain at a time before it becomes a layer too heavy to see through. Small rituals heal great exhaustion. Habit 02, surface cleaning. A clean space calms the mind. There is a silent relationship between what your eyes see and what your mind feels. A table covered in papers is not just a table covered in papers. It's a constant stimulus, a list of demands that never stops talking. Each accumulated object is a voice asking for attention, and your brain, even when you don't realize it, is spending energy trying to process all of it. When you clean a surface, you're not just organizing a piece of furniture. You're silencing an inner voice. You're telling your nervous system, it's safe here, it's in order here, you can rest here. A clean table is not aesthetics. It's therapy for the eyes and relief for the mind. Choose 3 surfaces in your home that are always accumulating things. The kitchen table, the bathroom counter, the desk. Every night before going to sleep, clear these surfaces. Put each thing in its place. It takes no more than 5 minutes. It's an absurdly small investment for an absurdly large return. Wake up with a clean space, and notice how your first thought of the day changes when your eyes find calm before they find chaos. The empty surface is an invitation to begin again, a blank page that the day writes together with you. Habit 03, the 10-minute night ritual, closing the day with intention. Most people simply collapse at the end of the day. They don't close it, they abandon it. And when you abandon the day, it chases you into the early hours, in the thoughts that spin, in the anxiety that appears without explanation, in that feeling that something was missing, but you don't know what. Closing the day is an act of kindness toward yourself. It's saying, I did what I could. Tomorrow I'll continue, but now I rest. The day doesn't need to be perfect to be closed with dignity. It only needs to be acknowledged, honored, and released. In the last 10 minutes before sleep, create a closing ritual. It can be simple. Put away what was left out of place. Prepare tomorrow's clothes. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Turn off the lights with calm. Run your hand over the clean table. Look out the window. Take 3 deep breaths. It's not about the action itself, it's about the intention. It's about teaching the body and mind that there is a boundary between doing and being, between day and night, between effort and surrender. When the body learns this boundary, sleep comes more easily, and dreams with more lightness. Whoever closes the day with presence wakes up with more peace. Habit 04. Invisible letting go. Eliminate 1 object per day. We don't accumulate objects. We accumulate versions of who we were. The clothing of a body that already changed. The book of a phase that already passed. The gift from someone who is no longer here. The mug from a trip that already became a memory. Keeping everything is living surrounded by gentle ghosts that won't let us move forward. It's anchoring the present in the harbor of the past. Letting go is not losing. It's freeing. It's trusting that what truly matters doesn't live in a drawer. It lives inside you. The most valuable memories don't need objects to exist. They live in the body, in the heart, in the eyes that close and can still see. Every day, choose a single object that no longer serves the person you are today. It could be a pen that doesn't work, an old magazine, a container without a lid, a t-shirt that has already lost its color and its meaning. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It needs to be consistent. In 30 days, that's 30 fewer objects. In a year, more than 300. And you'll realize that the less you carry, the lighter you walk. The space left on the shelves is the same space left in your thoughts. And in that space, new things can bloom. Letting go is trusting that the best is yet to come. Habit 05. The flow of entry. Everything that enters needs a place. Disorganization isn't born from what's already inside the house. It's born from what enters without a destination. The mail that stays on the table. The bag that stays on the floor. The purchase that never finds a shelf. When something enters your life without a defined place, it becomes a wanderer, and wanderers create chaos. Objects without an address are like thoughts without direction. They take up space, create confusion, and never find rest. Your home is your temple, and every temple has order, not out of rigidity, but out of respect for the space that shelters you. Order is not a prison. It's a frame that protects the art that is your everyday life. Starting today, nothing enters your home without a defined place. Mail arrived? It goes straight to the folder or to the trash. Bought something new? Before putting it away, ask, where is this going to live? If there's no answer, maybe it doesn't need to come in. Received a gift? Find its place before it finds the floor. This simple habit interrupts the cycle of accumulation at its origin. It's not about control, it's about awareness. When you define the place for everything that enters, you're telling the universe that your home has a limit, and that this limit is sacred. Peace doesn't live in excess. It lives in choice. Habit 06. Digital silence. Organize your phone like you organize your home. There is a disorder that no one sees, but that consumes hours, energy, and attention. Digital disorder. The notifications that never stop. The apps you never use. The tabs you never close. The duplicate photos you never delete. The message groups that long ago lost their meaning. Your phone is an extension of your mind. If it's chaotic, your mind is chaotic. If it screams all the time, you never rest, even when you think you're resting. Each notification is an invisible hand pulling your attention away from the present moment, and when attention goes, peace goes with it. Once a week, dedicate 15 minutes to digital silence. Uninstall apps you haven't opened in the last month. Mute notifications that aren't urgent. Delete duplicate photos. Organize the ones that remain into albums with simple names. Clear old conversations that only take up space. Keep on your home screen only what serves you. The rest hide in folders or remove. What the eyes don't see frequently, the mind doesn't demand urgently. A silent phone is a declaration of independence, not from the world, but from the anxiety it provokes. Also try turning off your phone 30 minutes before bed. Those 30 minutes are a gift you give to your nervous system, a breath before sleep, a space between the noise of the day and the silence of the night. Habit 7. Preparing the morning. The night before. The calmest morning is not built in the morning. It's built the night before. When you wake up and need to decide everything, what to wear, what to eat, what to bring, your mind already starts the day exhausted. Each morning decision consumes a slice of your mental energy, and the exhaustion of the morning contaminates everything else like ink spreading through water. Preparing the morning the night before is an act of self-love. It's the nighttime version of you taking care of the morning version. It's reaching out to yourself through time. It's saying to the person you'll be tomorrow, I thought of you. I took care of you before you even woke up. Before going to sleep, lay out tomorrow's clothes, prepare your bag or backpack, decide what you'll have for breakfast. Leave your keys, wallet, and phone in the same place, always the same place. Check your schedule to know what the next day expects of you. When you wake up and everything is already decided, there's mental space left for what truly matters. Being present, breathing, savoring your coffee without rush, starting the day like someone entering a tidy room and not a battlefield where every minute is a new emergency. The lightness of the morning is a choice made the night before. Habit 08. The transition basket, a place for what is lost. Not everything has an immediate place, and that's okay. Life is not a perfect shelf, it's a flow, and every flow needs a bank, a transition space, a place where things can wait without creating disorder. Nature understands this. Between the river and the land, there is the bank. Between day and night, there is twilight. Between order and chaos, there can exist the grace of the temporary. The mistake is not having things out of place. The mistake is not having a place for what is out of place. Perfection paralyzes. Flexibility organizes. Choose a basket, a box, or a tray. Place it at a strategic point in your home, at the entrance, in the hallway, near the living room. Everything that doesn't have an immediate place goes into this basket. Once a week, empty it. Store, discard, or donate. Without guilt, without rush, just with regularity. This basket is the relief valve of your organization. It prevents the temporary from becoming permanent, and it gives you permission to not be perfect, just consistent. Consistency in the long run always beats perfection. Habit 09. The weekly reset, a meeting with yourself. No organization system survives without maintenance. Just as the body needs sleep, the home needs a breath, and the mind needs a moment to recalibrate. Without intentional pauses, even the best habits wear down. The weekly reset is the breath that prevents collapse. The weekly reset is not a deep clean. It's a ritual. It's the moment when you stop, look around and ask, what here is still serving me? What needs to change? What needs to go? It's a silent meeting with yourself, mediated by the space you inhabit. It's listening to what the house is trying to say, because the house always speaks even when you're not listening. Choose a day of the week. It can be Sunday. Dedicate between 30 minutes and an hour to review your home and your week. Put back what moved out of place. Review your schedule. Plan the following week with gentleness. Empty the transition basket. Look at each room with the eyes of someone visiting for the first time. Put on music that calms you. Prepare a tea or a coffee. Make this moment something you look forward to, not something you dread. Organization, when it becomes ritual, stops being obligation and becomes refuge. And every human being needs a refuge, especially inside their own home. Organizing the space is organizing the thought. Reorganizing the week is reorganizing life. Habit 10. The invisible habit. Organize yourself for yourself without announcing it to the world. We live in an era where everything needs to be shown to have value. The diet needs to go on the story. The routine needs to become content. The transformation needs witnesses. Silence, in this era of display windows, is almost an act of rebellion. But there is a rare and profound strength in what is done in silence. When you organize your life without telling anyone, the motivation doesn't come from validation. It comes from truth. You're not performing change. You're living change. And living change is infinitely more powerful than showing it. The invisible habit is the hardest of all, because it forces you to do things for yourself, not for the gaze of others, not for anyone's approval, only for the silent conviction that you deserve to live better, even if no one knows, even if no one sees, even if no one applauds. For the next 30 days, practice silent organization. Change without announcing. Tidy up without posting. Improve without telling. Let the results speak, through your calmer eyes, through your deeper sleep, through your lighter home, through your more present heart. And if someone notices the difference, just smile. Because you'll know that the greatest transformation wasn't the one that happened on the shelf or in the closet. It was the one that happened inside you, in the most silent place that exists, the center of who you truly are. If you've made it this far, I want to tell you something that maybe no one has said to you today. You deserve to live in peace, Not tomorrow. Not when everything is perfect. Not when the house is spotless or the schedule is empty. Now, just as you are. With the draws you have, with the life you have, with the imperfections you carry, you deserve peace exactly as you are in this moment. Organization is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about looking at what surrounds you and deciding with calm that you want to live in a space that reflects who you are becoming and not who you've already stopped being. It's about building, gesture by gesture, a life that makes sense for the one who lives inside it. The 10 habits I shared here won't change your life all at once. They weren't made for that. They were made to change your life in silence. One gesture at a time, one drawer at a time, one morning at a time, like water that sculpts stone, not by force but by constancy. So I ask you just one thing. Choose one. Just one habit. The one that touched you most deeply. The one that made you think about something. The one that made your chest breathe differently for a second. And start today. Without fanfare. Without pressure. Without perfection. Only with the presence of someone who decided that peace is not a luxury. It's a right. Silence is not emptiness. It is the sound of someone at peace. Thank you for being here. If this video made sense to you, leave a like. Not for me, but as a reminder that today you chose to listen to yourself. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this and share it with someone who also needs this silence. Sometimes a video sent at the right moment is more powerful than any advice. Until our next meeting, take care of your space. Take care of yourself. The world out there can wait. What is in here cannot. Remember, the most beautiful transformation is the one that happens without an audience. The one that begins with a drawer and ends with an entire life reorganized. Begin in silence. Peace will come.